Hello and welcome to this theory video on Ymir's Endgame. For so long we have assumed that Ymir was a slave to King Fritz. But what if the opposite is true? What if Ymir was just like Eren? Someone who fought for freedom. Think about it. Back in chapter 122, Ymir despises the world of Attack on Titan, where the strong rule and the weak are forced to live like cattle. Very similar to Eren back in chapter 1. However, one day she sees the pigs and like Eren, she wants them to be free, which is exactly what Eren wants for Armin, Mikasa and all his friends. This is also foreshadowed by what Eren said in chapter 122. Was it you who led me here? See, because what if after Ymir fell into the tree and was absorbed by the Titan Parasite, the Hallucigenia? The Hallucigenia turned Ymir into an obedient slave who lives only to procreate and multiply, just like Zeke warned us about in chapter 137. See, we don't know much about Hallucigenia, but maybe this organism didn't feel or enjoy things. Similar to what Zeke said about human life, and it only lives to mindlessly make more of itself. This is why King Fritz had an easy time at controlling it. But when Ymir's soul was split into 9 parts, one of those parts of her was the same part that led her to free the pigs from captivity. A part of her that yearns for freedom. We obviously know this part of her to be the Attack Titan power. So this part of Ymir's soul spent the last 2,000 years waiting to free Ymir from captivity. It makes sense since King Fritz made his daughters eat the Hallucigenia after Ymir died, which allowed it to spread and create more Titan powers. Then King Fritz ordered his daughters to continue to give birth to as many children and raise them. We can't let Ymir's blood run out. When you, my daughters, die, let my grandchildren eat your spine. When my grandchildren die, those spines will be passed down from children to children. Even in the afterlife, Eldia shall rule this world with Titans, and my Titans will continue their reign into eternity so long as this world of mine remains. This is where Eren cuts him off and says he'll put a stop to this world. He tells Ymir that she is no slave or god, but a person, that she doesn't need to serve anyone but can choose. Zeke, like King Fritz, tries to control Ymir. But it is too late. Ymir has gained her freedom again. Eren tells her one last time to choose between staying here or ending it all. Eren confirms that it was her who led him here. We only see Ymir's eyes twice in the series. Once when she frees the pigs and the second when Eren frees her. We think dark eyes means that the Titan Parasite is in control, and thus Eren's endgame is to free Ymir from the Hallucigenia. We think this means that Ymir was secretly the paths influencing events from the future, since the paths allowed Zeke to survive after blowing himself up against Levi. The paths also allowed Ymir to get the Jaws Titan power and showed her what true freedom looks like, so she could one day inspire Historia to help Eren in his time of need. Everything has been Ymir secretly manipulating events from the future to lead to this one moment where Eren will end the world of Attack on Titan, because all Titans are really offspring of the Hallucigenia. And so long as one is left alive, it will continue to multiply, and people will use its power to control others like cattle. The power of Titans is kind of like the Death Note. Its power tempts people to abuse it and eventually corrupts them. This is why Eren and Ymir need to rid the world of Titan powers, so the Hallucigenia's desire to multiply can be stopped. We think this means they'll go back 2,000 years ago and stop the spread of the Hallucigenia. This means that the tribe of Eldia will eventually be conquered and subjugated by the Mali Romans, and the world of Attack on Titan will become our own. Then Eren will use the paths to reincarnate every Eldian into our world so they can all live long and happy lives, including Ymir, which is what she always wanted. However, Eren will probably have to stay behind or constantly have his mind resetting between chapter 1 through 7. And chapter 1, when he sends himself all his future memories. Eren's death will be similar to Yondu from Guardians 2, where everyone thought he was a bad guy, but it turns out he did everything for them. Mikasa will say, "See you later, Eren," and finally let go of him so she can be free in our world. Maybe only the Ackermans and Titan shifter holders will remember Eren's sacrifice or something.